Yeah, this won't be long unless somebody engages me in an interesting conversation. But nothing intrigues me more, nothing, than hearing the thoughts of others. I like to hear when people speak because I think people are crazy. I think I'm crazy too. But just when I interact with people and I get to hear their thoughts, I'm usually blown away. I'm like, do you really think like that? Do you really believe what you're saying? More than anything, that's how I think. Um, and in a way, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I just find it amazing just to hear all the things that perturb, annoy, irritate, um, amuse, and motivate people. It is amazing to me. To me, and this is me observing other people. So many people are uh, more interested in what other people do than their own lives. I'm not. I'm interested in what I'm going to do. But what I do like is to talk to you because I find when I speak to you all, it's going to be enjoyable and hilarious, and I'm going to learn something. And learning and talking to other people helps me learn that I'm a different dude because so much doesn't bother me that I don't even pay attention. And in a way, I don't know if it's good or bad, but um, I'm like a happy, smiling stoic. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like really moved by a lot of stuff, but I'm interested in what you have to say. So when stuff bothers other people or they're irritated, I always have to ask why. And I'm a person that I'm not. I don't think I'm too intrusive. I'm not going to automatically, hey, brother Aaron, much respect to you. I just, I'm flabbergasted because I didn't expect anybody. I thought I was going to get in and out real fast, but now I'm going to have fun. I'm always amazed about how other people think. Like I like to listen to you because I like to hear your thoughts, and I try to understand why certain things are other people's focus. Like um, some people will focus on crime, some people will focus on politics, some people will focus on um, social intersocial dynamics between men and women. Some people will focus on uh, money, and a lot of people will focus on what other people do. And I always find that amazing. I find it to be interesting because um, first, let me say this. I'm always interested in the plight of others, meaning if somebody has an issue, I want to know what their issue is. But I'm not so interested in John and Tina had a fight, but a lot of people are interested in that. To me, um, I, since I did a little research, I understand the history of gossip. I do, but because before we didn't have the internet, that's how you exchange information. But now people just kind of gossip for gossip's sake, and I guess that's entertaining, but for me, it's funny. Like I don't know. I don't. I really don't. I think differently than most people. I really don't think like other people. So nothing is more amazing or fun to me than hearing somebody else talk because I want to understand their perspective, and I think that's what makes me different because so much stuff doesn't bother me. I don't know if like this is what I say. If anybody wants to have a quick dialogue with me, I will post a link. I'll post it in the chat because I enjoy having conversations and people can say what they want to say. Because I find nothing more truly amusing than hearing and it's never to belittle other people. I like to hear the concerns of others because I find that when I listen to people speak, I learn something. And like just some of the things that are the biggest problems of people aren't problems of other people. So I'm gonna talk for about 10 minutes. And if people join in, want to tell me why they do what they do or have a conversation about it, then feel free to hit it and I put it in the chat. But it's neither no here or there. Because I had to force myself to go live. I was like, I'm gonna go live and just talk and just tell people what I think about things. And like, okay, since this quote unquote lockdown uh, pandemic thing has happened, a lot of people say, man, I miss going to movie theaters. I'm not a person who misses theaters at all. I love the fact that I can watch stuff on a big screen. I can stay home and not go out and I can pause the movie and get up and come back. That's so awesome to me. But some people who are more extroverted, they're going to feel like they miss out on life. And I'm not knocking anybody who works in this, like Aaron works in the film industry. So I know that can affect people's pay, but there's always going to be a new medium or new technology in a changing world. So I don't think I'm opposed to going to the theaters because I like to go. But if I never have a chance to go again, I'm gonna be cool. I can stay home and twiddle my thumbs and watch Superman 17,000 on my 85-inch projection screen that I'm gonna buy. I'm just joking, but that's how I look at the world. I look at it like just trying to understand the thoughts of other people, just trying to see what makes them tick, what motivates them, and a lot of stuff don't motivate me like it motivates other people. I don't get ever angry about what other people do as long as they're not hurting someone else. I don't care. Let's say I was married and I'm a different brother. So I had a wife and she's like, I'm going out. I'm like, as long as you say, let me know. But I'm not, where you going? What you doing? Because I don't need to micromanage you. Because I believe that as an adult, you have to make your own choices. But like if it was my children, then I want to keep them safe. But once they become of their own mind, I let people roam free. But so many people really care about what other people do to the point that they going through all this stuff trying to figure out what they got going on. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to investigate people like that. I don't care who you talk to or what you do. And if somebody got unhappy with me, you're always free to go because I'm not trying to lock you down and make you stay somewhere that you don't want to stay. So what makes me so different is, right, I really can't understand that type of anguish that people have. A lot of people are angry and mad about stuff that they have no control over it. And the only person you can really control is yourself. You can't control other people. You can't stop people from doing what they want to do with their life. Hey, what's going on, Simply Deep? 1985. Everything been good with you, brother? I'm just having a dialogue and I'm telling the truth. And I would love to have an interaction with you. So for me, nothing is more intriguing to me. Nothing brings me more joy than trying to understand why people do what they do. And it's for me, it's never to critique or destroy you because not that I can't do it, but I don't take joy in diminishing other people's lives or talking about them because there's more things to talk about. But if you ask me a question, I'll discuss it. So let's say somebody wants to discuss, I'm really not into what like celebrities do. But if somebody asks me about celebrities, I would talk about it. Just like I had a conversation. I'm gonna tell you how I think. And I watched the movie Tenet. I don't know if anybody's seen Tenet, but Tenet is absolutely fantastic. It is just ridiculous. If you're even in the chat, you can ask questions. So that's the first time travel movie. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody. That has really messed me up with the science of it because I'm trying to understand. Like you go backwards in time, but you talk forward. But when you go backwards in time, you heal backwards. So in the Tenet universe, could you really, if you do it correctly, you can go backwards and forwards? Could you live forever, or would you be stuck? You'd be stuck in the same period of time. I think about that. Never thought about that, but it's crazy, and because but you can go back and forward. But can you? I don't know. I got to think, man. See, if you haven't seen Tenet, I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, and I think Christopher Nolan is a great observer of how I say the tenets, the tendencies of why people do what they do. He understands motivations and how people think, especially when it comes to psychology, psychological type stuff, which is what I try to understand. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist or anything like that, but I always try to understand the motivations. And one thing that amazes me more than anything is the lack of people's emotional control. What did you say? Simply Deep says, hypothetical questions. How would you handle being in a compromising situation? You had to elaborate on that. So like, I take it like I try to be honest. So let's say somebody robbed a store and I had to be there, and they thought I was the robber. I guess that would be a compromising situation. I think so. And what I would say is I didn't do the crime, and I can't stop. Like I'm not gonna die for something I didn't do. So would I let them arrest me? Yeah. And obviously I didn't do it. And if you want to convict an innocent man, that's on you. But I'm opposed to that. So I don't know. It's like when people say compromising, it has to be more elaborate. So or more, you got to give me more of a better question because I think it's a good question. Yeah, I don't think I could ever like in my mind, the way I work is I try to think everything through. So I know that somebody could put a gun to my head. I know somebody can torture me. So I always try to think how like sooner or later you will black out. So I can deal with almost any situation. I think. What did you say? Here's an example scenario. Somebody walks in on you and a lucky lady at the wrong time at some secluded area. I'm gonna keep on going. So I don't really get embarrassed. And now it depends on how she feels. But if you want to be a voyeur and enjoy the experience, we shouldn't be where we should be. It's time for us to go. Stuff can happen. So I'm not like I don't really get nervous like that. I'm not saying I can't understand being nervous in a way. Like if I was speeding and the cops could be behind me, I see lights cut on, I'm like, damn, got caught. And I'm like, damn, I would think, damn, I hope I don't get a ticket, and I'll pull over. But after that, I control myself. I think that's the weakness of most people. Most people lack emotional control. So, you know, if you take a chance, you got to be ready for the consequence. Like I could, let's say I was in some empty place doing what you say, getting it with the lady, right? And the lights hopped on, and I looked around, and everybody started clapping. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And as long as she was cool, I'm like, "Well, guess it's time to go." She's like, "No, stay there, Daddy." I'm like, "Okay." I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, I don't really ever feel nervous like that, or I don't like. I hate to you make me do some self reflection. Like I hate to not know what I'm talking about, so I don't like to be put in the spot if I don't have the information. But I wouldn't feel bad like that. I don't like to make mistakes, but we all make mistakes. But once I don't stay there, I don't stay there. I usually calm down or woosah, and then I just go back to what it is. Like I'm not saying I can't get excited or agitated, but I usually say, man, I'm losing control. Time to, you letting my emotions dictate my actions. Let me control this. I don't really panic because panicking can get you injured. That's what I think. Let me move this over a little bit. So that says the worst that would happen is during finishing while in a state of undress. Yeah, stuff happens. You never know what's going to happen, man. So I don't worry about what I can't stop. I just do what I'm gonna do, and if I'm gonna take the risk, I'm ready to accept the consequences of it. That's interesting. I wish I'm gonna talk about me because it's easy to talk about me. I wish that I have to really think about this a lot. I'm pretty happy. So only thing that bothers me is people bothering me. But other than that, what other people do doesn't bother me. I don't ever feel like my friend said, okay, let's say the movie Dune is coming out, right? And he said, if it's only showing in the theater, do you feel that like the need? Would you want to go see Dune in the theater? I said, no, I can wait. So I think the older I've gotten, the less eager I get for things. Like I do like let's say shoes. But if I can't get a shoe, I'm not like, dang, I missed out. I'm like, oh well. Especially since I found NK the truth and they're talking about the what do they call those shoes? The UAs. So now if I really want a sneaker, I can get it. But now I'm focused on investing my money. So I don't even worry about spending money on stuff that is not going to be beneficial for me in the long run. Because I'm thinking more about, if I want to really be free, where I don't have to work all the time, I need to have more money that makes money for me. So that's my primary focus. And that's probably what my problem is on YouTube is that I don't see YouTube like other people. Like this is just fun for me. So I want to have dialogues that can inspire people, to make people laugh and talk about whatever, but it's not to sway you to think one way or the other. I always think that no matter what I believe, humanity comes first. So I want to treat people with humanity and respect. And I think that's what makes me suck because people want drama. And I can trust me, I can talk about men, women, I have all type of topics. I can do a topic right now. Do women understand the plight of men and vice versa? I could do because these questions are easy for me to think of. Men seem to like young women. Do women like young men? So it would, stuff like that. So that's easy. I could talk about all type of things. I could talk about. I still will do it. Coming to America, the equal opportunity movie. But a lot of times I want to have conversations about what other people think because I don't think like that. I don't think like most of these people. I mean, very rare. What I like is information. I like to know what I'm talking about. I like to be able to not conjecture. I like to really have an understanding of what I'm saying. And I know that I can't be wrong. So I always approach almost every conversation that I can learn from somebody and I could be wrong. And so I'm going to say what I think and what I see, but it doesn't mean that this is absolute because your way could be better than mine. But too many people argue over stuff that is emotional based, it's not objectively based. And I'm more objective than emotional. I'm not saying I can't get emotional because I don't like people yelling at me. That's emotional. I don't like it. But if somebody tells me their philosophy of belief or their belief, I will ask them, why do you think like that? Like a lot of people say these things that you can't quantify. And then I like people talk about you have to experience it to really understand it. And I say that is not necessarily true. You can have a similar experience to understand it. Like I tell people all the time, I ain't never been shot. I don't want to get shot, but I understand what it's like to be shot. And you ain't got to shoot me for me to understand that's going to hurt like hell. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get cut. I don't want to be robbed. I want my stuff. And you would never have to get robbed to say, man, I don't want to be robbed. That's kind of obvious. You know what I mean? I don't want to taste something that tastes nasty. And that's a nasty. I don't want to taste anything that tastes nasty, right? And I haven't had that much nasty things in my life, but I don't have to eat something nasty to know that I don't want to taste something that doesn't taste good to me. So sometimes when people say that, everybody wants to measure. I have more experience. And you probably do, but it doesn't make you wise. Some people are wise with no experience, and it is what it is. Some people act like I can go on so many different things. Just like when I hear people talk about quote unquote, like I don't have to like certain terms. Some people use terms colloquially. Some people use terms habitually because it's normal to you. I don't have to like the term. Doesn't mean I don't understand the term. It just means I don't like the term. So let's talk about dating and relationships real fast because it's kind of interesting to me. So people use the term game, but if you make game synonymous with the term tactics or strategy, it sounds better. But a lot of people don't have any tactics or strategies to achieve their goals, so they're always trying to learn tactics and strategies. But when you use the term game, it sounds like you're playing a game. So I don't really like to use the term, but I do understand that a lot of people lack tactics and strategies, quote unquote, game to achieve their goals, and then they go looking for sensei to teach them. I forgot the other word they use, but a lot of people go looking for sifu, or whatever they call it, sifu, to teach them how to do certain things. So when I listen to people and a lot of their analysis and how they come up with what they feel, it blows me away. Like really, like, and it's funny to me. So like for me, even on YouTube, when I do all this, like I'm not trying to really make an interesting topic to people to click on. I'm talking about stuff that's interesting to me, and nothing intrigues me more than hearing the thoughts of other people. A lot of people don't want to have people ask them questions, and but I love to ask people questions. Like I could talk about just nationality, race, politics all day, but nothing is more interesting in trying to understand why you feel the way you feel. That's the most intriguing thing to me. So listen, for most people, their primary motivation is survival and procreation. That's what most people are focused on. And if they think a little differently, uh, it's pleasure with that. So that's what most people are trying to do. Most people are trying to make money, or they're trying to go through the process of making a baby. It doesn't matter who they're trying to do it with. They're still trying to go through that process that brings them ecstasy. So everything else goes into that, and to feel safe and secure, that's what it is. That's survival. So if you break down humanity, or all animals want to survive and pass on their genes, and that's the basic motivation of it all. So just when you hear people speak, it's like, do people really care about what other people are going through? Some people do somewhat, but in general, they worry about their own survivals. It's innate in your structures, innate in your genes. It is what it is. I wish that people thought differently, but most people don't. And it's just to get people to look at things in a different way, to understand why they do what they do. It's hard for people because most people they're looking for a certain thing. Like I'm gonna talk a little bit more. Like let's talk about my page, Charles Humor 3 page. It's because I have no just one topic. My page will probably never blow. People are not going to say, I'm going to share Charles, because I'm not talking about something that you want to click on. And I don't do, like, I will collaborate. Like, I like to have conversations. So I'll post a link in the chat. People want to talk to me, they can. But I don't go searching for people to network with. Like, if I hear somebody doing a panel, right? And they have to say something that's interesting to me. But a lot of times, the topics that people talk about are not engaging enough for me to engage in. Like, sometimes I want to be free willy. So maybe I should have called this video Free Willy. But I'm gonna tell the truth. Nothing intrigues me more than the thoughts of other people. Every time I have a dialogue with somebody, I'm trying to learn them. I'm trying to understand what, as you as a particular human, gets you to be who you are. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you smile? What makes you frown? That's what I want to know. So that's why sometimes I'm like, maybe I could do with this, but how I feel is I still want to be me. That's how I know that, I guess, in a business sense, because I guess I'm listening to my man Platinum Lead. I like listening to Brother Platt. YouTube is a business, and just me making the channel is a business. But I see it more for fun than anything. I want to have fun, baby. I want you to enjoy your. I want people who listen to me know who I am. That's it. And I'm not trying to sell you a product other than I'm happy and I like to play video games and drink inebriating beverages and grab girls' butts. I say that all the time, and I'm perverted, but I'm a good perv. Like some people, I think I'm a natural guy, but most people have these freaky thoughts that just don't say them. Me, I will say it, but I've learned, until I can change my situation, that I'm going to be more cautious in what I say. So I'm going to use less profanity and give less graphic details. And it's not because I am opposed to it. It's just that if anybody listens, I don't mind if a little youngster stumbles up on my page and I want them to know what I'm about, So I don't want to offend you. I'm joking. I don't really care though. Hey, Pamela, I hope you're doing great. Yeah, I just, I just don't see this like most people. This is just really just fun for me, and I just want to have fun. That's it. I like to hear what other people think. I listen. I like listening to you, Pamela. Sometimes I sit back and you say, "Child," I be just listening. It'd be so funny, and but everybody thinks differently. Everybody thinks that everybody's on here for the same thing. And most people are not on here for that. Like some people, this is like a release, some fun, enjoyment. It's just, just love and interaction. Like I listen to like Brother Aaron, I listen to him to hear what he got to say sometimes. I listen to a lot of people. So, but that's what I enjoy. I just want people to just say what they're gonna say. And some topics are more interesting to me than others, but it doesn't mean I won't listen to you. Like I'm gonna tell you something. Like I'm really intrigued because I like women. Women are awesome to me, and I've noticed that a lot of women that I've noticed seem to like crime stories, crime movies, real life crime things. And I'm just intrigued. Why do the ladies like crime so much? I don't see men liking it as much as women do, and that's a question I would love to ask a woman. But I don't want to piss somebody off by asking them why do you like it, because I don't think there's anything wrong with liking it. Me, I look at the world today and I'm like, why do we promote so much negativity? Why is never the beautiful things? So sometimes I wish I could figure out why people don't care about the positive things. They care more about the negative things. But there's nothing wrong if you like negative. Like one of my closest friends, like love horrors, and that's cool for me. So I asked all the time, why did you like horror? How did you get into it? Because it's intriguing. Like I like science fiction, and I can tell you how I got into science fiction. My father liked science fiction, and he had like I was looking for nudie books one day, and I found a science fiction book in a drawer, and I wanted to read it. And I read it. It was Larry Neville's Tales of No Space. And at the end, I wanted to read all of the stuff. I like what Sympathy says. People like what they like. Yeah, I know they like what they like, but there's usually a catalyst to why you like what you like. Like if you really go back and reflect, like I like anime, but I think I like heroic things. A lot of stuff is cultural. A lot of stuff is what you've been exposed to. Most people are usually going to have some type of thing in their life that makes them tend to do a certain thing. Like most people, let's say you're black, right? And most black people are going to like R&B and hip hop because you grew up on R&B and hip hop. If you grew up somewhere else and they like country music, most likely you like country music. So if most people really reflect on what they like, they'll understand it. Like I'm not saying that you can't learn to like other things later in life, but there usually is a catalyst. There usually is a point of something that happened to get you to like certain things. Like if your parents watched Perry Mason growing up, you might start watching Perry Mason. My father, like I like Star Trek. So, are your friends that you go to school with. So if all your friends are reading choose your own adventure books, because I'm older, you start reading that. So I'm always curious as to what it pushes people to like certain things. Maybe it's a life-changing experience. Maybe you've seen something happen. Like let's use the Flash, great character, right? His father got convicted of a crime, and he thought his father was innocent. So he wanted to research, get involved with the police so he could prove his father's innocence. And they changed it to him being what they call it when you check how crimes happen. So I just find just trying to understand why people do stuff like that. I just want to know. I just want to know, and I don't want to be intrusive. I don't, but I just like to understand. Okay, you and your husband separated. What happened? I'm just curious. That's newsy. I'm just curious. You want to take half of the money? Tell me why. Why you? Well, because he deserves it. I don't know. I'm just finding it funny. Or Aaron says, crime stories help exercise your brain muscles. Women are much better at thinking and strategizing than men. As men, we're more spontaneous. You got to elaborate on that, because I don't think I can totally agree with that, because I think that I'm gonna say I could be wrong with this, but there's no scientific evidence that men or women think better or worse than each other. So when I think that women, in my opinion, this is opinion, this is not correlated by any fact. I think women are better at reading emotions than men, and maybe they're good at picking why people do certain things better than men. But thinking, I can't co-sign with that, my brother. But you could be right, I could be wrong. But what do I know? I'm willing to learn about that. I think in spontaneous, I don't know. That one, it might be. I'm not. I don't know. Like I can't. But that's a good one. I think that. But I know spontaneous women too. So that's one thing I'm not the best at is generalities, because not that you're wrong. I don't think that you're wrong at all. It's just the fact that I may not agree because I don't know all the facts and I haven't researched it enough to give you an accurate assessment. So I can't co-sign on stuff that I can't validate. But I'm still learning. So you can always tell me, hey, read this book or read this chart. But that could be just from observation, like me. Like I think that women, I can make a generality, and I could be wrong with this, but I think women care way more about how they look than men. I mean, it seems that women do, but I could be wrong with that because I've seen a lot of men that like to go to the gym. It seems more than a lot of women like to go to the gym, but I digress. So I could be wrong. So I don't. I never try to make those. I will make it because that's what I think I laugh at the most when people say this. Like I listen to a lot of videos, right? And I love when a dude will say something generality about women, like when a woman cheats on you, she's already gone. She's and I'm like, well, that's not all women. I know a lot of women that love their husband and do all type of stuff. But once we sell a narrative, it becomes normal. So I try not to sell those narratives. Uh, even though they could be accurate and it could be like people say the majority. But remember, the majority could just be 51%. So I'm very cautious. I'm very cautious of saying that. This is why, because I don't know. I only know what they tell me, and sometimes people lie. You know what I mean? So how would you ever know? You only know what can be verified, and it's harder if you can't really get statistics. You can't verify everything. So some things we got to leave up to conjecture until we can become telepathic and read people's minds. Woo! Did a lot of talking. Do I have some water somewhere? I'm hoping I got water, but I don't know. I'm still trying to learn, brother Aaron. So you can educate me and say, Charles, you're wrong. I'll always listen to that. I don't know. I just think that people want to fit in so bad that people will never be honest about what their desires are. I think a lot of people got wicked thoughts, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that uh, people want to do what they want to do, and nothing wrong with that. Do what makes you happy, because I'm always going to do what makes me happy all the time. Narratives can ruin people's depending on what their narrative is. I totally agree with that, brother Aaron. I like that. But you know what? I gotta put. I like this. This is. I want this to show up in the jacket. I like that you said this. This one. Crime stories help exercise your brain. Women are much better at thinking and strategizing than men. As men, we're more spontaneous. I just think that is a great comment. I'm gonna think about that for some time. I don't know if I totally agree, but I understand where it came from. I do, but and I like what you said. Narratives can ruin people depending on what the narrative is. And I totally agree, because that's, as a black man in America, we do know that we have a narrative. I said a narrative. I'm messing with the T's today. We had a narrative that we're thuggish, we're ignorant, we're uneducated, we're all multiple baby daddies, and we have no respect for people. So I do agree that what people think can cause people to treat you unfairly. But all we can do as individuals is try our best to be the best humans that we can be. And you shouldn't have to prove anything to any person, but you should try at all times to get people to respect and see your humanity. So I would try to uh, give off what I feel is um, dignity to others, and I try to uh, speak with gravitas so that people know they're talking to me. They're talking to somebody that is capable of respect. And I think that all humans are capable of respect. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you are. I try my best to not uh, really. You can't stop prejudging people, but I try to never hold my prejudgment um, against you. Because if I see somebody look mean, the first thing I'm thinking, they look mean, but it doesn't mean that they're mean. But upon having that evaluation in my mind, I just prejudge you. So I try not to let that evaluation be the truth. I said, man, I don't know them. So how can I make that judgment? Like if you see somebody dirty, they could have been working on a car. They could have just got something, had a clown on the ground, they're dirty. And you probably think they're bum, but you don't even know them. So I try my best to never let my preconceived narrative, what I think about people, stop me from giving them a chance to show, giving them a chance to show who they really are to me before I can make a judgment. I don't know. I hope it makes sense, because that's what we do. It's just what we do. And I always find it intriguing when I get into conversation with people, because I learn so much about them. And a lot of times, my preconceived notions could be wrong. And, I like that. I like to say, man, I didn't think this person was so awesome, and find out that they are awesome. Because even though I don't really like surprises, that is a surprise when people show you the beauty that is inside their soul. And I like that. That's what I like. I like beautiful people. So I'm always trying to connect with, talk to, and have interactions with beautiful people. I don't want to have drama. I don't want to bring people drama. I'm not saying I can't get dramatic or talk about dramatic things and have a dialogue. I had a conversation about somebody started off about Kim and Kanye, and I got into a conversation with it because I think that uh, this is my subjective opinion that he married for business, and not saying he didn't love her, but he could have, when a dude has a certain amount of celebrity and wealth, finding beautiful women who want to be with him is not hard, and finding a woman who will probably be happy to stay wouldn't be hard. But I think he, in my opinion, and this is a conjecture, wanted to connect with somebody who was quote unquote at his level. And that's my thoughts. I'm not gonna go too much more deeper, but so don't think I can't get into those dialogues. However, I don't ever want to use those topics really to push me. Like I want people to, when they uh, connect with me, when they check me out, they get to see me. You're seeing me. You know, I like Aaron. You're saying some good stuff. He says, as humans, let me read this, and I'll show it too. As human beings, we can be complicated, conflicted, compassionate all at the same time. And I agree with you 1,000% because uh, life is a learning experience, and sometimes I've had wrong thoughts. Sometimes people have said things that I misconstrued, and I had a bias, and I shouldn't have had that bias because maybe they didn't have ill intentions. So, like for me, I'm a black man. I always want to talk to black men, but I don't try to alienate people who are not black, and I don't want people who don't come from my same situation to feel that they can't have a conversation, even though they don't come from my same walk of life. So it's a conflicting thing. At one time, I'm gonna be black. This only for us, but at another time, I love people that aren't like us. So it would be it's complicated. It can be conflicting because like I've heard people say that you can't be like you can be pro man and still be pro woman. It's like you can be pro black and still be pro humanity. So a lot of times we don't want to say certain things because you don't want people to feel like you don't see their uniqueness too. And I would never try to diminish somebody else's importance to their family, importance to life, because everyone is special. But that's the problem because we all have these narratives like you can only be special to me, and it's hard for me to just quote unquote love one person. I don't know how to do that. I love people. So like when people talk about falling in love, I love you. I don't have to fall. Like if I talk to you a little bit, I love you. That is it. It wasn't no magical woo. I just next thing you know, I love them. No, I may not have known you, but once I knew who you were as a spirit, I love you. And I'm not talking about the physical part of it. I'm talking about how I love people. There's a lot of people I love, and I'm gonna love them to the day I die. And I'm not saying I ain't did bad things to them or they haven't did bad things to me, but it doesn't diminish their importance. Doesn't mean I wouldn't take a bullet for them. You know what I mean? So most people don't value humanity as I do, and I value humanity to the utmost because I think everybody's worthy of respect and worthy of love. And maybe some people are thinking my thoughts are intriguing. Like I think nothing is more intriguing to me than the thoughts of others, and everything that I like when I do videos, I really want people to know who I am inside. Like I'm telling you, like I have to be. I'm conscientious. I think about what I'm saying, and I speak more freely when it's still me. You're getting the real me on here, but on a conversation one-on-one, it's a little bit more free flowing. And I'm measured. I'm measured with this because I have to be. Not that because we live in a world now that you can't say things that you used to want to say because if you say the wrong thing, then it's going to be detrimental financially and depending on that, like you say the wrong thing and you're not involved in the world anymore. I don't know. But Aaron says, I think I get what you're saying, Charles. We can still have a B1 mindset at the same time. I hate other races. And I agree with that. I love people who love me, man. I think I'll do a video about that. I love people who love me. And I want to help Black people always. I always want, because I think that, knowing the history, knowing what a lot of us are going through, I want to uplift us, but I don't want to diminish other people in uplifting Black people. So I'm always straddling that. I don't, let's say I associate with the quote, like I'm a man and I'm a Black man. So I associate with the Black manosphere, but then you got to associate a certain way. And maybe I'm not with that, so like a lot of people, this is their bread and butter. This is how they eat. And I'm not knocking them for that. But me, I guess the audience I want to reach are all audiences. I want everybody to have, because I want to be like the Dalai Lama. Let's just talk. And some people gonna curse, some people not. Some people don't speak the same way that you do. Some people do. Let people speak how they speak, and just have mutual respect. So if somebody doesn't like what you're saying, let them go on. If somebody, let's say somebody don't like us, I can have a dialogue with you to tell me what you don't like and what I've done to you or what my people have done to you, so I can understand you. I don't gotta hate you for that. You can spew all your hate that you want to me, because words are never disrespectful to me. Words, because you're saying it. You're not touching me. We good. I don't like to be yelling at. And what I would say, just for peace, if you speak, finish, then let me speak, and we can go back and forth, because I'm cool with that. But a lot of people don't know how to have civil dialogues. The testosterone kicks up too high or something, or they get too much into their feelings, and now you want to hurt people. And we ain't got to do that. We can disagree. I can see if you're fighting over land or resources, but over ideology, you want to hurt me over the way I think? That's crazy to me. I can't. I think so many things are wrong in the world today, and I think that so many people are fighting over stuff that's kind of inconsequential, and some things can be solved. Like if people really had open dialogues and were honest and stop trying to always be one up on the next. But most people are trying to be one up on the next, and we're arguing over beliefs. And I'm never knocking a belief, but you have to let people live in their own ideology. So if somebody believes this, let them believe this, and you go believe what you believe. That's my thoughts. And simply says, I appreciate your honest answer from earlier, and I like your confidence about that. How I feel is, I don't really care if I would not be. I don't get embarrassed. I can walk down the street naked. I like the way I look with my clothes off. So I don't care if somebody says, "Oh, you got a tiny thingy." I'd be like, "Okay, if you think so," because it's subjective. Somebody said, "Oh, you big down there." I wouldn't care, because life goes on. We were once all naked individuals, and we go back to the earth naked regardless. So I don't care. People can think bad thoughts about me. They could put me down, say that you ain't got this, you ain't got, man, how I feel about me matters. I don't care if I was homeless. I don't care if I had $1 million. It doesn't change who I am inside my soul. So what other people say doesn't really matter. You don't know what I've been through, just like I don't know what you've been through. So who am I to critique you? Listen, I tell people this all the time. I'm 47. I still haven't figured out life. I try to manage money, but I'm not the most disciplined person. Yeah, I have a little savings, but it's somebody else that's my age that's a billionaire. So am I a loser? To somebody else, I'm a winner. I got friends say, man, you graduated from this, you did that, you did the Navy, you got bank in your bank account, you ain't got no kids from some woman you don't know, you're winning. But to somebody else who has a family and has all this stuff, maybe I'm losing. So I don't know what's right for life for other people. I see a lot of people that you know have less than me and are happy. And I see a lot of people that have way more than me that are unhappy. So like I say, I can never be someone's life coach, because I'm trying to coach my own life. How I'm gonna coach you? But everybody wants to tell you they're life coaching you. And these are the most unhappy, angriest people who ain't got nothing together. And all they can do is tell you what they would do. And I can tell you what I would do. And what I would do is try to be as kind as people, try not to take anything personal. 4 agreements. I'm still just for 4 agreements, and never assume, and try my best. And hopefully sooner or later, fortune comes my way. But you have to put some type of effort and intent into it. But for me, it's just more about interacting with people and trying to not get people to feel sad. I don't want people to feel sad. I don't like that. And we all go through things. Somebody could be losing their hearing. Somebody could get their leg cut off, but you still got to find a way. Somebody got blown up in Iraq. Somebody got shot in Kansas. I mean, you got to find a way to make it. Somebody lost their children. Somebody lost their parents. Man, somebody lost their dog. Somebody lost $1 million. Somebody got fired from their job. Should I stay in that, or should I try to move on? So somebody's reality got crumbled because they found out somebody that they loved didn't love them in the way they thought they loved them. What I want is to learn, no matter what, stuff can go wrong. So you got to be able to move past that and keep pushing forward. So that's the only life coaching I can do, and try to be honest and don't get mad when people don't see it your way. I think most anger comes from people not having control over things. Like, I can't control my environment totally. I get angry, but I learned to roll with the punches. Like, I'm just glad people start chatting with me, because like when people come in to chat and leave a comment, then I can flow. I'm not good at just talking to the screen, even though I like looking at me. I'm like, "Hi, Charles," but I'm much better when people come in and tell me their thoughts. Then it really flows, because I can tell you what I'm really thinking. And like, I love to have open panels. Like if somebody said they want to chat, I'll drop the link. But only thing I don't like sometimes is that people aren't as open as I am, and a lot of people don't get to the point like I would. But there's nothing wrong with that, because I can listen. I can listen, and I can improve, and I can get better. And it's a work in progress. Like, I don't know how good I am at anything. I think I'm confident. I think I'm the best YouTuber on the planet, to tell you the truth. But a lot of people don't like nothing I'm saying. And it's cool. Some people, they're doing their own thing, trying to get their own hustle. It's great. I can say, "Here, share me." But it doesn't matter, because I just want people who really want to talk or have a good conversation to come talk and have a good conversation with me. I got favorites, but some people want me to be a different person. That ain't me. I don't have the answers for you. I'm not gonna tell you. Maybe I could, but I'm not. I'm not gonna tell you how to get a million women. I can give you a quick answer for that. Talk to women. Talk to women and find women that like you. Simple. If you can smile and a girl like you smile, it may work. Or you have a good conversation, she might like a conversation. If you want to get a man, don't bring no drama. Simple. Let the man know, "Hey, I just want to be in your life, and I'm not gonna bring you a drama." And tell him what you're looking for. It might work for you. But I'm not a dating coach. I'm not. But I can take you out a date. Don't spend money on people that don't like you. That's the best answer for a date. Before you go out with anyone, talk to them and see if you guys are compatible. If you guys like each other jokes and banter. If you don't like each other jokes and banter, then don't go see each other. Aaron says, you admire my confidence. Thanks, bro. What's so funny? Because it's weird. Like, I don't feel confident. Like, a lot of people, like, I'm confident. But I don't. It's not like bravado. I know I can make mistakes. I just don't care. That's what it is with me. I just don't care, and I believe I can improve. So I'm a person that no matter what goes on, man, I will work on it. I don't have to be the best. I don't have to speak the best. I make mistakes. I fumble with my words, man. I can trip. I can do all type of stuff, but I just persevere. Everybody, you can't be perfect. So when you can strive to be perfect, I always want to play the perfect basketball game. I don't want to miss any shots. But I haven't shot in a while. I haven't shot since COVID. I might miss. I want to shoot like Steph Curry. I don't want to miss, but I can't be the best. So I try to be the best. You know what I mean? That's all it is with me. So it's never diminishing of other people. I think it's people that do stuff way better than me. It's people that like make all special type of graphics and all type of things and items and stuff. I don't do none of that. I mean, I could, but I got friends that, I guess I might have to pay Kenya, my friend Brian, to do this, or Monique, or somebody who wants to do it for me. But that's not me. I'm more about uplifting. I'm not trying to, like, I don't like a lot of stuff that people do. I don't like people to use people, hurt people, steal from people, lie to people, manipulate people. Opposed to that. But some people think that's the game. That's what they say. I don't play that game. So I'm opposed to that game. But I guess I got some type of game because I'm living in life and I have people that connect with me. So that's the only game I'm playing. Tara, I hope you're doing fantastic always. I'm always about learning. Like, I wish I had your fashion skills. If I could have a stylist, my stylist would be Tara. It would be, because she has a great knack of looking fantastic every time you see her. Even when she tries not to, she looks great. So, I said, okay, if I want to change my style, I will let Styles by Tara. I said Tara, but it's Tara. But I want to say, just want to say stuff like that sometimes. But sometimes I just look at the talent that people have, and I say, man, that's awesome. I wish I could do that. And knowing that I don't always have the same talent of other people, I will use them and try to pay them for having the skills, such as the skills that Tara has. I don't know. I'm just, you know what? It takes for a lot of people, like, I'll tell people I'm human. I'm never perfect. I will make mistakes. I'll fumble words. I can get emotional. And like when a lot of people hop up in the chat, I get happy. Sometimes tears will come on my eye, but it doesn't make me better or worse. It just makes me human. And I think that's what I search for all the time, is people who can be who they are. I wish I could tell stories, because I can't. Like, Aaron, you can tell stories. Tara can tell stories. Kenya can tell stories. Pamela can tell stories. I'm not the best at telling stories because I just want to get to the point. But I'm never going to knock somebody else who tells stories unless I don't know what they're telling me a story for. So I have to interrupt. Excuse me. Pardon the interruption. Why are you telling me that story? Because I don't know where you're coming from. But what I do know is that the better I listen, the more I'm going to learn. So I'm always trying to listen and learn. I'm a work in progress because I don't listen that well. This is Aaron. Let me see. I'm going to show this so I can see what he's saying. Here's a deeper analysis. Your best may not necessarily be someone else's best, and vice versa. How's that? It sounds good to me. That sounds great to me. I get what you're saying. I think that's I don't know how to make it hide, but let me show something else, and that'll make it hide because you took it away. Show. Is it going to show? Is it going to show? Yeah. Thank you. I put that up there because it made me feel great. Man, I wish anybody got any questions? Because I did a lot of talking. Now I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I do. I can always talk about something. I can talk about investing your money. Let's talk about investing your money real fast so I can make some sense. I think that Amazon and Apple are the best companies on the planet Earth right now. And I think they're both undervalued. So if you have a Robinhood account, I don't know if you have one, but maybe I'll post a Robinhood account link on my page. You should, so I can get some free stock. But you should at least put a couple dollars in Amazon and Apple because they're undervalued. And if you want to have your daughter turn into two, just put $1 or $2 into because you can do it. You can buy incremental shares on Robinhood. You can do that. So a lot of people are scared of investing, but if you can waste $1 on a cheeseburger, you can waste $1 on some stock, and you should do that. But I would say invest in companies you believe in, but a lot of times people invest out of emotion, so they take their money out of the good companies. Like, let me say this. Everybody's going to buy an iPhone. I'm telling you now. Everybody's going to buy an iPhone. Everybody is. Everybody's going to buy something from Amazon. And Amazon has their Kindle. They got it. They're getting into health. They got the Amazon Echo. They got Whole Foods. Your money would appreciate because everybody got to eat. Everybody got to get clothes. Everybody got to get household goods. And there's no company that's rivaling them right at this time. They're trying Target and Walmart, but you get probably more upside in Amazon because I think they haven't even reached the pinnacle. I'm just telling you. I don't know. I don't know if people find it interesting, but I thought that would be something good to share. And I think those are the companies that always should put $1 in. Now, I do rock with Google a little bit, but I think this is in my opinion. I think Apple and Amazon, even though you might not think so, are more undervalued than Google is. That's just what I believe. And I could be wrong. I don't know what you think, but I'm sharing it with you. So maybe that makes sense to you. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Because, I did a lot of talking. I could talk about stocks all day. I could talk about all types of stuff. But I don't know. I think I'm all talked out unless somebody asks me a question. If you ask me a question, I keep talking. But if not, I will let you all go because I just, I think sometimes people go, what's down there? Okay, what's going on? Aaron says, it's all part of the grand diversity of us being individuals. Yeah, we are individuals. We are that. Woo! I feel like I'm nosy and stuff. I don't know why, though. I've been sitting here. Maybe it's time to, unwind and take off the hoodie and roll it back and let you see my shiny head. I'm joking. I don't know. So what's going on, people? Anybody feeling great? Anybody want to talk about something? Tara says, thanks, CG3. I learned a lot listening to you. Things I wish I would have been told when I was much younger. Life is a learning experience, and it's never too late. Never too late unless you're trying to make the NBA. But other than that, you can do it. And you got, your store. I'm 32 by 32. I'm gonna buy some jeans when you make them for me. I don't overpay. So yeah, I think it's never too late to change your economic or financial situation. I think people can do it. I think that just learn that if you like a company, if you like Kohl's or Aldi's, your favorite store, maybe they have some stock and you can buy some. I don't know. Put $1 into because what do you mean? What do you know about the situation between Piers Morgan? And I know nothing about that. I need to do some research on that. I don't know. Like, elaborate if you can, because I don't know anything about that. I can look it up, but I don't know anything really about it. I never even. I know that Meghan Markle was a Markle had an Oprah interview. I haven't really watched it, but I think that she felt that being biracial, quote unquote, being black, was not really condoned in the royal family. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know the truth about that. And we're living in a world that times are changing. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't know why. I don't know why she put it out. I don't know if she's trying to bring awareness. I don't know what's going on with Piers Morgan. I'll do some research and then I'll talk about it. Thank you for asking me. See, when people ask me a question, now I can do a video. It's just say and put it at the real Aaron Collins, because that's that way I'm better at doing stuff like that when people ask me questions. So I can say, I don't know. I'll do an analysis of it. I don't know. I wish I knew more about Piers Morgan. I don't know anything about him. He's an interviewer, right? Like who are other interviewers? I don't know anything about him. I'm a person who doesn't watch the news. Most of my news comes from Derek Williams and Felicia Lockhart. The Lockhart perspective. That's where my news comes from. So if you guys don't do news, I don't know. And then I guess when I want to hear my other news comes from Donna Just Being Real when she talks about what's going on with celebrities. So that's it. That's about as much I get the news from. That's people I watch for the news. There's other people, but those are the ones they're talking about the news the most. That's just me though. I don't know a lot. I like it when people talk. I like when people ask me questions because it gets me in the flow. It gets me in the flow. So anybody else want to talk about something else? Anybody? Oh, okay. All right. I got you. I got you. Um. Oh boy. I don't know. I just find this thought process of other people to be interesting, exhilarating, fun, and the more I hear other people speak, the more I'm wild at. I'm wild at, especially when it comes to political ideologies, the way that people are so adamant about which way is right, who's wrong, and how many people love this person and the other person hate this person. So that knows that all that stuff is subjective. That's what I think. I'm just about what's going to give us the best life as Americans, as humans, as people, whatever cultural group or nationality or race you choose to say I'm a part of. I want you to have the best life that you can have. That's really what I think. Let me see what Aaron says. I think Meghan Markle received what I call her coon call out, meaning got that raw black experience from the royal family. I got to go watch the rest of her video to see all she says, but that's what I've conjectured from the little bit I've heard. I don't know how she grew up. I don't like. It's a lot of people when you grow up like you from Los Angeles, so you understand what I'm saying. It's so diverse here that a lot of people don't ever have to face blatant racism. I think it's become more apparent to certain people, but I have some friends that have never felt like animosity or being picked on their whole life. So, and I know some people that come from straight black areas in Los Angeles ain't never felt racism. That's crazy. So it's some people know it's there, but some people are so oblivious to it that when you have to deal with it, it changes your perspective. Because if you've never been ostracized for being black, it's kind of unreal. You're like, I think didn't Lil Wayne one time say, I never felt racism. I don't know if he has or not, but it's a lot of people that don't really understand. Like they have never did research. They don't understand Jim Crow. They don't understand what happened in Tulsa. They don't do any research. They don't know. They don't know a lot. They don't understand the economics of slavery. They don't read books. So if you start breaking it down to them, if that's not the reality, they can't even understand it because they say, well, why don't you put your own stuff up? They don't understand how generational wealth was created off of land that was redlined against a certain group of people. So when we talk about it, sometimes it's hard for them to even understand it because they don't get it. So Tara says, I saw the interview with Meghan and Prince Harry. I'm skeptical. I sort of think she already knew of the ways of the royal family. So you could tell me more. I could do a review about it, or I'm gonna try to watch it on CBS. I watched a little bit, but I was busy. So like even right now, I probably have time to sit and watch it. Maybe I will. But people have to know that nepotism is real, and people feel comfortable around their own groups unless they associate with you. Well, this is I learned from my friend BGS. Ray taught me this. Proximity and commonality is what creates connections between people. So people who are different groups, when they are around each other, then they have common goals. They start to know each other. But because most black people are not going to hang around a lot of white people, or most royals only hang around other royals, that you're not really. They're not in proximity enough with you, and you don't have the commonality of actual blood to even relate to each other. So that's why the differences come from. But if you grow up together, let's say white, black, Hispanic or Latino, or somebody from Asian descent, they all grew up in the same environment, it'd be their parents that want separation, but they'll start seeing each other as people. They will start to, in their brain, they'll be homogeneous, like we're all the same. So it's more about cultural differences and being forced into a new situation about people who've never had to associate with you before. So you're more alien, and people who are not used to aliens are less accepting of people who are different because they've never been exposed to it. And I don't know how that leads into hatred, but it could also be interpretation, because sometimes perception creates your reality, and maybe how you perceive it is not how it actually was. Aaron says, yeah, Lil Wayne unfortunately made that extremely flawed statement, but from his perspective, that's how he saw it. So it's you can't change somebody's belief of reality, even if it's not true, because that's what they believe. I can tell somebody the world is not flat, but if they believe it, no matter what I tell them, they don't hear me. Then I'll be just like you, brother Aaron. We'll say that's a flawed statement, but you can't change the way that somebody analyzes something, because you can't argue belief. Lil Wayne does what he does. Who am I to critique his thoughts? I think that is, people don't like the term ignorant, but a lot of stuff is spewed or said out of ignorant. And I mean ignorant meaning a lack of knowledge, not ignorant as meaning you're acting uncouth or lacking of etiquette, because a lot of people confuse the two. They take the term ignorant or ignorance as a derogatory, pejorative when it is not that. It is not such. That's what I must say. Woohoo! I did a lot of talking. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Because I'll just come on here to speak about nothing. I start flowing. My stylist popped up, my favorite popped up, my brothers popped up, my sisters popped up, and we talked together. I feel honored. Brother Aaron popped up. Man, I feel honored. I would say something wrong. Truthfully, this is the truth. I'm making a joke. You know what I'm talking about. I wish Brother Ellen People pop back up. That's what I wish. I like to listen to him. I wish you did. Everybody doesn't see it the same as me, because I guess some people have objective, and I got really thick skin. So you can say what you want to say about me. It matters not. I'm gonna keep on flowing and rolling. I don't care. Other people, they get like downtrodden on YouTube, and YouTube to me it's just therapy. It's just fun. It's just fun to say what I'm gonna say. I got a stylist. I got a thumbnail expert now. I'm gonna create a team. I'm gonna create a network. We're gonna make a whole YouTube network. I'm joking. Anyway, I said a lot, and nobody has no more questions, and I did a lot of talking. Hopefully, somebody smiled today. I hope you feel great. I hope that you could laugh about something. I hope that something is interesting to you, and nothing is more interesting than hearing the real thoughts of others. I love to hear the thoughts of others. And this is what I say. I try to watch everybody. Everybody's gonna make something I want to listen to. Now, I don't like everything, but sooner or later you're gonna make something that I want to listen to. And I even when I don't agree, I like to listen, especially when you people speak. Like I like when people tell me what they think about whatever. So this is what I feel about this. This is what I feel about that. I feel about this. I feel about that. But I don't really like, even though I listen, because there's certain people I listen to, and everything they is fight and negative. But I still listen to them because I'm laughing. I'm laughing at some of the things they say. Like when somebody's responding, I saw your video and you were talking about me. And you know what? I'll tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why you were away. I start listening because it'd be funny, because I'd be like, well, I don't really want to go out to the other person, but I'd find so everything somebody says trigger you. So Charles, I heard what you said. You said that the liberals and the left rights and the conservatives, they don't like this. I'm gonna tell you about talking about the liberal left rights and the conservatives. I'm gonna tell you about them. I'm gonna tell you, Charles, you need to go read the Constitution, because you don't know about us liberal left rights conservatives. Republican Democrats. You don't know about us. How you gonna talk about us? You need to go know what you're talking about, because this is what it said. I read this new article here. See, I read it. Charles, you don't know what you're talking about. Charles, you need to pay more attention. You need to watch CNN and Fox and conglomerate, and watch Russian Times, because you don't know what you're talking about, or Russia Today, whatever it's called, and go on Twitter, because you don't know. You ain't been on social media. You ain't been on Black Twitter. I'm like, where is Black Twitter? Never heard of it. But, the Black section of Twitter. So why don't you say the Black section of Twitter? But is there a Black section? Where is it? Can I put in Black Twitter? Will it pop up? Is that a hashtag? See, Charles, there you go again. See, you lost. You don't know what you're talking about. You ain't part of us. You ain't one of us, because you talked to Becky. Becky was nice. You can't be with us, man. You gotta go save yourself, MGTOW, black man. Really? So I like to see those videos when they go on like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Man, I know more than you. Yes. And you didn't read enough books, Charles. Those are my favorite videos to listen to. And another thing, Charles, talk better, because you don't know what you're talking about when you talk, Charles. You ain't seen that movie. I saw it first. See, you got it wrong. Did I really get it wrong? I didn't see the movie. Yeah, you got it wrong anyway. Shh, I'm talking. See, don't overtalk me. I'm joking. But that's what I like to listen to. I like to listen to that. I like to listen to people when they do that. See, let me tell you about you, women and men. Let me tell you about both of y'all and you other groups. Come tell you about y'all. See, you think you know everything. See, you don't understand what men and women want, but you don't tell us that we know what men and women want. When you're an alien, you're from Mars. How you gonna know what we want? How you gonna know what we want when we from Uranus? You don't know what Uranus wants. I'm sorry. That's what I be listening to, and I enjoy listening to that. I'm sorry, people, but that's what I like to listen to other people, because when you guys put your thoughts out there, it's intriguing to me. And I find it funny and hilarious. But I guess the drama is great. Some people like drama, so I'm gonna tell you, so we can start some drama. Let's start some drama with Charles. I don't like none of you. I don't like that. I got problems. Y'all don't want to bring no beef to me. I don't like none of y'all. Yeah, I got a problem with everything you said. I don't care if it's good or bad. I got a problem with it. As soon as you make a video, I got a problem with it. I don't care if you do hair or you don't. I don't care if you mukbang or you sip whiskey. Let me stop on whiskey for 1 second. Elijah Craig, barrel proof. I haven't had all of them. I think so far I think I've had the B and the C. I like the B. If I try the A, I don't remember, but you need to try barrel proof B520. If you can get it, I think it's around, depending, it could be from $75 to $100 a bottle. But if you like a fine whiskey, I'm telling you, I don't know. Some people don't drink it. You don't need bread, don't touch it. and we're not going to be friends. You got to drink some type of something. No, you don't. You drink water. You know, you can drink a Virgin Bloody Mary. But anyway, if you like fine spirits, I think that that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Whew, man, I might have to just take a sip and just do a video just specifically on the experience of it, how fantastic and how wonderful it is. So I did a lot of talking. Anybody else anything they want to say with me? Because I think I actually did an hour, and I wasn't even planning on doing an hour. I just look at the time. It's 59 minutes and 41 seconds. So I'm gonna go an actual hour, and then I'm gonna end it right at that hour mark because I didn't made you guys all want to run away because I started being silly. You're like, Charles, you're being silly. You're making fun of us. You're making fun of us. But I make fun of my own self. That's really what it is. I just want people to have fun. Don't take nothing I'm saying too serious. Other than I love humanity. I want you to be the best, and you know, you can't overtalk me, even though you're saying nothing. Yeah, I know you're not speaking to me, but you can't overtalk me because I don't like that. Don't overtalk me. No, don't. No. You know what? I'm gonna make more jokes, but I'm not. I'm not gonna make no more jokes because I make too many more jokes, and you'll be like, he's talking about somebody. I'm done. All right, I'm done. Have a great one, people.